Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to episode 1 of the Athletic Pivot. Y'all have no idea like how excited I am to be here, how excited I am to start this podcast. I have wanted to start this podcast probably like for the past 5 years now, and I was just too afraid to do it. So I'm glad that I'm here. I'm glad that I'm overcoming my fears of, just the simple things that I want to do, which is like start this podcast. But before I even dig into like that part of it, I know you guys have been wondering like, where have I been? Like, why have I not been posting on Redefining Myself? Like, it's just been a lot. And you guys have been trying to hold me accountable, and I saw you, but it was just like, I was just not in a space to continue in the way in which it was continuing, because I felt like it just wasn't right. It wasn't right. So I had to delete everything off of there. I had to regroup, reset, really think about what it is that I really want to do with my platform. And so, yeah, I've just been behind the scenes, like really working and really trying to figure out exactly what it is that I wanted. One of the first things that I did was change the name. Obviously, you guys are aware of that I changed the name. It was Redefining Myself. And I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I really absolutely did not like that name. I came up with Redefining Myself because initially, like, I wanted my platform to like be a blog about my journey. But I noticed that when I first started and I was sharing my journey, like how so many people were like, whoa, like I'm going through the same thing. Didn't know you were going through that. Wow. Like, how come you didn't share your story before? So I picked Redefining Myself because I was really trying to redefine myself, right? And I wasn't really thinking about the bigger picture. I just wanted to share my story, get my story out there. And although like that name served its purpose in that moment, it was just time for a change. I wanted it not only to just be about me. I wanted that name to represent all of the athletes who are transitioning beyond their sport, and just really be a place for transitioning athletes, because I felt like in my opinion, like we don't really have a space for transitioning athletes to be vulnerable about their story, to relate to one another, to have resources for them. So I was just like, okay, let's just change the name, make it specific, make it be specifically for my not my transitioning athletes, but I claim all of you, but for transitioning athletes. Now, coming up with this name, okay, was so hard because there were like so many other names that I was thinking about and that I would come up with. I'm like, yes, this is it. I would put in that, that search where you can figure out like if other companies have that name. So I'll put the name in. I'm like, okay, boom, this is the name. No, this is not your name. This is somebody else's name. This is not your name. Okay, so I had to keep starting from ground one. Like, I would text my husband. I would say like, hey, like, what do you think about this name? He'll say, yeah. I'll get excited. I type it in to make sure that it's not taken. Boom, it was taken. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to stress about this anymore. I am not going to stress about this no more. I prayed about it. And when I tell y'all, prayer works, but we're going to discuss that later. Prayer works, okay? I prayed about it. The next morning, literally, the name Athletic Pivot just popped up in my head. As soon as I woke up, the Athletic Pivot popped up in my head, and I immediately went into that search to see if it was taken. It wasn't taken. I was like, God, this is the name you want for me and my business. Like, Athletic Pivot is it. And I just feel like it's so specific. It has a target audience, like for athletes who are pivoting from sports into life after sports. It's for me. it's for me, it's for y'all, and I'm just so happy that we have that name. So I appreciate all the love from you guys, from saying like, hey, like I really love this name. Like it just confirmed to me like this is the right choice. So one of the things that I wanted to make sure with the athletic pivot is that I continue to create a space for transitioning athletes, but I really going to focus on making sure I share a lot more stories with the athletic pivot, making sure that I'm on this podcast, just sharing my journey in a different way and sharing other athletes' journeys as well. And one of the biggest things why I was so frustrated with redefining myself is because I feel like, yeah, it's cute to just like post on social media, like post different quotes, just post little stuff and reels and whatever. It's cute. But I wanted to dig deeper. Like I wanted to be able to really create resources for transitioning athletes, because I wish that when I was transitioning, that I had resources that could help me with my journey. Like my journey would have been 10 times better. Okay? 10 times better. But I'm just grateful that I'm now going to be able to create those resources for athletes who are getting ready to transition or who have transitioned and are feeling stuck. So one of the resources that I'm really excited about is that while I was doing all the things behind the scenes, I got certified to become a life coach. And this is one of those things where I also, had to pray to God, like, hey, like, what is it that you want me to do with this platform? And for me, I personally, went to a therapist. I personally dealt with a life coach, and I really loved how my life coach just dug into my life, tried to help me figure out like what are ways I can become unstuck, what are ways that I can better my future. And because of the journey that I had with my life coach, I was like, okay, this is what I want to be for other athletes or athletes that are transitioning. Like I want to be able to help them feel unstuck. I want to be able to be that person to help them move from this point to this point and help them understand like why they are where they are right now, and to give them the tools to help them move from where they are. So yay, I became a life coach behind the scenes. I am now certified, and I'm going to be offering that resource as well. So yeah, like this is what I've been doing, guys. I'm going to obviously talk more about the resources that I have to offer. I'm still building on them, but just know that I'm going to be here for y'all. I'll be here for y'all. We're going to get this together. We're going to grow together. We're going to transition together. We're going to pivot together. We're going to figure this thing out. And I am so excited for all of the future clients that I might have. I am excited for all the resources that I'm going to be able to provide for you guys. I'm so excited for all the stories that I'm going to be able to share that you guys are going to be able to relate to. Like there's just so many things that I'm going to do, and I'm going to hold myself accountable to make sure that I do them. And I know y'all are going to hold me accountable to make sure that I do them too. But I just feel like I had to put redefining myself, in God's hand, get in God's hands, and to help me figure out exactly what I wanted to do with this platform. Because I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't know what to do. I just wanted to be able to share my story, and that was it, and to have people relate to my story. But once I realized that people were relating, and was like, hey, like I need help. I really need help. Can you help me? I was like, man, like how can I help them? How can I help you? Right? So I prayed about it, and God was just like, maybe you need to become a life coach, because I was already helping people. Like I was already, helping myself and helping people. So I was like, why not become certified in doing something that you enjoy to do? So yes, this is episode 1 of the Athletic Pivot, y'all. Just giving y'all the update of where I've been and what I've been doing behind the scenes. And yeah, if you have any questions, just please make sure you just reach out to me. Like I love all of y'all. We're going to be in this together. Okay. This is episode 1. Stay tuned for episode 2. I love you all. Enjoy.